And we go to SLAPS, which is a youth, for youth, when you find out a youth who are gotten themselves in trouble and is in prison. And we go there to minister to all of these young guys and young ladies, and young. And they got themselves messed up in so many things. And now they're willing to sit down and listen to the preacher. Not by choice. See, because the prison guard said, well, you know, on Sundays you have the option. You can either stay in your cell or you can go to the church, to the chaplain. They're so tired of being in the cell that they said, no, we go to chaplain. we go listen to the preacher. We go to chaplain. And my point is this. My point is that if some of these guys were not in prison, you never get them in the church.
All right.
You can tell them about God and tell them, they would never get up and come to church. All of a sudden now, they're sitting, and let me tell you something. God will mess your life up to introduce himself to you.
That's right. Look at this.
God will let you fall into some problem just so that he can talk to you. Oh, yeah. Can I give you a good example? The Bible said that Joseph was about his business. Joseph, all he did was went to sleep one night and had a dream. That's all. The boy did not do anything wrong. All he did, went to bed and had a dream. Now, he's the youngest one, so he figured, I'm going to tell my brothers about the dream. So he went and told his brothers about the dream. What did his brothers do? Hated him and sold him. Simply because he had a dream. Joseph never asked for any of this. He never did anything wrong that he deserved. But God said, I am going to mess with your life to fulfill your purpose. That's what he did. So you know what Joseph did? You know what he did? The Bible said that Joseph ended up in the dungeon. He went down in all of these places that he ended up. And all because God wanted to make sure he talked to him and said, I need you to deliver Israel. Can you imagine? And I thought to myself, you know, God, you're going to just tell the young, you're going to just call the young man and listen, I'm saying, why you had to make him go to prison, go to dungeon, you didn't have to let the young man go through all of that. Yeah, God had to, because you know what? He learned patience. That's what I'm trying to let you. Don't be confused or be complaining when you're going through your stuff. There is a purpose.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying, beloved? There is a purpose to it. I want you to stand with me. I'm going to close on it. I want to talk to you. Let me tell you why young people come to church and don't get saved. Let me tell you why young people come to church and don't get saved. It's not because they don't want to be saved. They want to be saved. Most people who come to church want to be saved. They want God. They want God. The reason why they don't get saved is because they honestly believe they'll have a next choice. They honestly think that there's going to come another time when I'll come and give my heart. I'm just not ready right now. That's the reason. They really want to get saved. They just feel like they're not ready. I'll come the next time. Let me enjoy a little bit more of this and then I'll come the next time. It's not that they want to say, they just want to put it off for next time. Well, I have two questions for you. See, there's nothing wrong with putting it off. But here's the problem. You can put it off if you know when you're going to die.
All right.
You can put it off if you know when judgment is coming. And those are two things that you or nobody else know. See, there was a time when the old was dying. You know how it is now. The young is dying more than the old now. A lot of mothers and fathers burying their sons and daughters now. So you can't wait and die. You can't say, I'm young, I'm going to live forever. It don't work no more. You can walk out there and some crazy, they just don't like your shoes and shoot you.
Amen. All right.
I'm telling you something. People kill people for the most silliest thing you think nowadays. You understand? The thing that keep you safe is the prayer of the saints. That's what keeps you safe. The prayer of the saints is what keep you safe. What am I saying? If the church wasn't praying for some of y'all, you'd be dead already. Yes. It's the church that keeps you safe. Some of you who are not in church, you have a grandmother or an aunt or an uncle who is safe. And their prayers that is covering you. God help the day they stop praying. You know something? And when they stop doing that, you know what happened when they stop doing that? Then the protection of God is removed from you. And you're exposed. Do you know when you're going to die? No. Do you know when the judgment is coming? No. So why then do you put off the most important decision in your life for the next day? Huh? Why then? If you can tell me when you're going to die, and if you can tell me when judgment is coming, you don't need to get saved. You can just come when you know it's going to be close. But since you don't know when, I'm going to tell you this, Bishop. I said it all the while. There is one day in my life I want no confusion. See, you can stood me up now, you can do all them stuff now. But you see on judgment morning, I don't want no confusion. I don't want to be thinking, well, I hope I'm saved. I think I'm saved. No. Judgment morning, honey. It's that time for foolishness and confusion. I want to know for 100% sure that I am saved. You know what I'm saying? I'm just simply saying, don't put aside the most serious decision in your life based on a feeling. It's the most serious decision you're going to make in your life.
All right.
You don't know when you're going to die. The Bible go ahead and said this: seek ye while he can be found. Call upon him while he's not.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You need to seek him now. Young men are dying. I had a young man get up and testify the other day. One of them brothers, we had to pray hard to get him saved. And one of them hardcore, just hardcore dude. He never get him, he had to deal with the ladies, the club and stuff. And we finally, you know what made him get saved? His boy got shot. One of his closest friends, Bishop, got shot. And he stood up to testify. Still had the street lingo, couldn't speak straight. He said, yo man, when I look at my boy, man, he still had the street lingo, couldn't get it out of him. He said, I stood in and looked at my boy and he said, I'm just ready. And he cried as tough as he was. As tough as he was, he cried tears.
Jesus.
When he looked at his friend lying there in a coffin, dead. And he know that boy died without a hope. He said, I'm not willing to take that chance. And now that boy controls the media ministry at our church. When you go and look at our webpage, he's the one who takes care of all of them stuff. And you can't mess with him. He's married and has his family now, and he's one of the greatest Christians you'll find in our church. And he take it as a minister to tell the young man, the gun, I know about it, he had it. He knows everything about the gang life, and he can tell you. But he'll stand up and tell you today that the greatest thing that ever happened to me was the day I met Jesus. Amen. And the reason why he's happy, the reason why he's happy is because it could have been him. Because he was living just as bad as his friend. And he was there with his friend. But God spared his life. Oh, put your hands together and give God thanks. I'm simply saying, you did not come out this morning by accident. You know what I'm saying? It's not an accident why you're here. It was a divine intervention by God for you to hear this word, that you're called by God. The reason why you're here is because you are called by God. And whether you want to accept it or not, I want you to remember this. You are called by God. And whether you accept him or not, you're still called. Because I guarantee you this, one of these days you're going to come and say, Lord, I give my life to you. I don't care how tough you are. I see tough men come crying. You know what I'm saying? Simply because when God grabs a hold of you, he won't let you go. You know what I'm saying about